What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we're hopping into part 5 of Age of Revelation. This is Laura Kinney, Sabretooth. And if you've made it to this video already, you've probably already caught up on everything going on. But if you haven't, go back, check out Age of Revelation issue number 0. It's gonna get you caught up on everything going on. This comic really is diving into the Wolverine family. What's happened to them, what's going on with them. And so for us to really understand that, we pick up 10 years into the future in Philadelphia, the Revelation territories. And looking around the Revelation territories, you really can't help but think, this is what mutants wanted all along. This is what mutant kind has been after this whole time. A place to live their life without fear. But it took a lot for them to get here. Before the government tried to destroy Revelation's compound, they sent in supervillains. They sent in assassins. It was without question that the humans were trying to exterminate them. And she realized that if she was going to keep her promise to help and save mutants, she really was a one mutant army, then she needed to make a change. So she sided with Revelation. He wanted to protect all mutants no matter what they had done, no matter if he agreed with them or not. That was enough for her. But Gabby and Dakin, the two of them, they don't agree. These two used to be Laura's whole world. But these days, the relationship between them is severed, it's broken. Right now, they're meeting up on the outskirts of territory. And these days, Laura goes by Sabretooth. And Laura tries to tell her, like, when Gabby calls her Sabretooth, tries to tell her that that name doesn't mean Victor Creed anymore. When Zane took his father's code name, he wore it with pride. And now she uses it in his memory to keep his memory alive. Because Zane and her, in this messed up world, they became lovers. Gabby reiterating things that she's already said, reminding her that the two of them were wrong when they chose sides with Revelation. But there's something else here. The child of Laura. His name is Alex. And no matter how angry all of the siblings may be at one another, this is the one thing that they can really break bread over, is Alex. But the real reason that they're meeting up today is because Laura wants Alex to go with them. Gabby and Dakin are already planning to leave the territories. She wants them to take Alex with Revelation having so many enemies, with Alex not having any powers. She is so worried that a target is going to be put on her son's back because of her relationship with Revelation, with everything going on. It's too big of a risk. Now, they're going to agree to this. They're going to take Alex along with them, but we see Gabby get really lit just as soon as Laura mentions family. Laura never really wanted it to come to this. It wasn't so long ago that the two of them were pretty much inseparable, but this anger has grabbed hold of Gabby, and she just can't let go of it. But in all the chaos and all the fighting, we see Dakin gets cut. And of course, Gabby, she blames this on Laura. But what we see is that Dakin isn't healing. That is because of the Helverine. He is using all of his healing factor to try to keep this in check, to try and keep Helverine at bay. But as Laura says goodbye to Alex, though a rather tearful goodbye, she thinks that it's a necessity. She's trying to keep them safe, trying to keep all of them safe. And she just keeps telling herself that it's all for their protection. But nearby, we have Hellion, A.K.A. Julian Keller. He's watching all of this unfold, and he's relaying all of it back to Revelation. Now, at this point, he's assuming that she's a traitor, telling Revelation so. He's sending Wolverine to grab her. And Laura even notices that this Wolverine, this isn't her Logan. Like, technically it is, but he's different. Now, in her mind, she's trying to say that maybe it was the X virus. She doesn't really want to accept, or maybe she doesn't know that Revelation is the problem behind everything. So her rationalization for why Logan acts this way these days is maybe the virus changed him, but his body count has never been higher these days. Bringing Laura to Revelation's gotta wonder, what's going on? Why did you choose to send your son with your siblings when you know they're trying to leave? Do I not provide? Do I not protect and defend all mutants that reside here? But the way that Laura sees it, it's only a matter of time before another assassin attempts something against you, before they attack this compound. Without any mutant abilities, he could easily get hurt. Asking how you learned that they were trying to leave, that was all Quentin Quire. his Omega kids heard that mutants are, at least mutants from the hell of Carrierville, the ones just over the river. While they didn't say necessarily where they were going, it is disconcerting to Revelation. He thought that he was providing everything that mutants needed, but now he's learning that mutants are trying to flee, they're trying to leave, and they're trying to do this undercover in the shadows. More than this, there is a growing number of individuals that are headed for Araco, and Revelation is telling her that I hope your family isn't with them, because if their plans to head off to Araco, then they might be met with a level of aggression. See, Araco isn't nice these days. That's what Revelation says. He says that it's not a safe place for any Earth mutant these days. Hearing this news, Laura panics. And this is what picks us up with Gabby and Dakin. Now, they've made their way back to home base, and this is where we see Sage. Sage has been working on a teleporter gate. She's been working on what she calls the Blink hard drive. This is going to be integrated into Blink's consciousness, which will allow them to power the transportation gates. As she continues to work on programming the destinations in, this is their opportunity to finally get the hell out of here. Now, we don't know where they're going. Revelation says that they're headed to Araco, but we don't actually know that. But when we pick up with Laura, she knows that if they're really headed to Araco, she has to stop them. Because if they're headed there, having Alex here with her is probably going to be safer. As she heads out, though, she runs into Hellion. And Hellion, he goes on talking about, how she's betraying Revelation, meeting up with Scout and Fang, A.K.A. Dakin. Dakin's gone by so many names these days. But mentioning Alex, this is where Laura kind of loses it. This is what she's always been worried about. Someone like Hellion or Revelation using Alex against her, taunting her, saying that you know why your son hasn't shown any powers. His father was a Creed. Who knows how badly his genes are just tainted. Really, Hellion's pissed off that they didn't have a kid together, saying that me and you, Revelation's top guards, his top people, we should have had kids together. This is where we see Sabretooth take her claws and plunge them right into the chest of Hellion. And that is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. This isn't a bad issue. Not a bad start to this little Sabretooth line. I don't even know if you could call it a line. I think it's going to be 2 issues. But it's not a bad little start to it. And I'm really excited to see where this will end ultimately. The premise behind this is really awesome. Laura, she kind of sees what's happening. She sees what's happening with Logan, everything that's transpired, everything with Revelation, and she wants to get her kid out of here. While she's not necessarily worried about her safety, and she doesn't want to abandon all the ideals she has given so much up for. But at the same time, she doesn't want Alex in any kind of harm's way, believing that Gabby and Dakin are probably going to be the safest place for him. And I think Revelation is tricking her. I don't think they're actually headed to Araco. Now, they could be, but it feels like Revelation is manipulating or playing with her so that she'll go looking for them, so that he'll know where to find them. If Revelation has Alex, he controls Laura, and that's it. If he doesn't have powers, he could definitely be in danger in this new Philadelphia. There's a lot that's still up for debate, a lot that is still needing answered. But what we do know is that Laura, she became more dangerous than most would. And you really can't blame her. After everything that she experienced on Krakoa, after everything that she endured, her relationship with Sync, everything that happened to her and everything that happened afterwards, you can't blame her for becoming the person that she did. And you can't even necessarily say she's a bad person. She just cares about saving all mutants, no matter what the cost. But it's seeming that cost might have actually caught up with her. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you caught up on everything happening with Age of Revelation. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. This is a lot like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Now, if you can't do that, please do me the favor of simply subscribing to the channel, liking this video, hitting that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.